From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Now, it's only Tuesday, but who's ready for the weekend, especially a 3-day holiday weekend? Labor Day is the unofficial end of summer, and the weather will feature a little bit of everything, ranging from triple-digit heat in the southwest, tropical downpours near the Gulf Coast, and maybe even sweater weather for millions of folks in the U.S. No matter where you are in the lower 48, here's the Labor Day weekend forecast from AccuWeather. Despite the unofficial end of summer arriving with Labor Day, summer-like heat is expected to roast areas from Washington to Southern California. Temperatures are expected to peak in the lower 80s in places like Boise, to the upper 90s in Central California, and the lower 100s in desert locations such as Las Vegas. AccuWeather's Tyler Royce says high temperatures are forecast near or just above the climatological norm for late August and will be mainly dry. Rain-free conditions are expected Saturday through Labor Day Monday for most along the West Coast. The exception could be a few showers in Washington during the first half of the weekend. Royce says that across the Rockies and the Plains, keep an eye on the sky and on the AccuWeather app for the potential of thunderstorms this holiday weekend. Texas, New Mexico, and Colorado could get a few rounds of thunderstorms, similar to those earlier in the week. Any areas hit by more than one round of downpours will be most susceptible to flooding, especially in the Rockies. Thunderstorms will be most widespread in the afternoon and the evenings. Now, sweeping to the northeast and the Great Lakes region, temperatures are forecast to be below the norm across most of that area, although not quite as cool as what is expected throughout the week leading up to the weekend. High temperatures are forecast to reach the 70s in much of the region, with afternoon temperatures nearing 80 in the Ohio Valley. Overnight low temperatures could dip down into the 50s and maybe even the 40s for areas away from the Atlantic and Great Lakes waters. New England and New York are forecast to have showers on Friday that linger into at least Saturday, interrupting the otherwise comfortable holiday weekend. Any rain that does fall would be beneficial due to the burgeoning drought in the area. Royce says that Labor Day itself could feature some great weather, even ending up as a top 10 weather day, as sunnier conditions are in the forecast for later Sunday and Labor Day Monday. Royce did note that the dry conditions could raise a different concern for the drier forecast locations, saying August was quite dry for parts of Michigan and the Ohio Valley. This weekend's dry conditions and low humidity could bring a more elevated wildfire risk. Late summer vacation goers heading to the Gulf and southeast Atlantic coasts can expect some rainy weather during the holiday weekend. AccuWeather hurricane experts are monitoring an area of thunderstorms that is expected to move from the northern Gulf across the Florida Peninsula and into the Atlantic over the holiday weekend. It is possible that that storm could strengthen into a tropical rainstorm or perhaps a tropical depression. AccuWeather hurricane expert Alex De Silva says that regardless of the potential for development, it looks like a wet holiday weekend across Florida and parts of the southeast coast. Ample tropical moisture expected to merge with the storm will bring heavier downpours that could lead to localized flash flooding and stronger rip currents for beachgoers. Florida is forecast to have the most direct impact, but depending on the storm's track, impacts could reach the Carolina coastline, which is still reeling from Hurricane Erin. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.